trying to force me meeting this bitch. I don't have to meet her. I won't do another thing. Call that immature.
All right.
Take care of that stupid ass yourself.
Okay.
Lucky I'm pouring this much. That's the blessing.
The blessing is to be able to have understanding, forgiveness in your heart.
We have it. I have forgiven you. Otherwise, I would be on with my life happy as hell.
I didn't come here for this.
But I'm just letting you know.
Telling you what the young lady said.
Atlanta streets were humming as the latest scandal shook the city to its core. As always, Yung Joc's life was drenched in drama, but this time, it was deeply personal, more explosive than anything before. It all started when Joc uncovered a truth so shocking it left him reeling for weeks. He could sense something was off. Small amounts of money kept vanishing from his accounts. At first, it seemed like a simple mistake, maybe a technical glitch. But as the withdrawals became more frequent and systematic, he knew something sinister was happening. Then came the unthinkable. The person responsible for it all was none other than Kendra, his girlfriend, the woman he trusted the most. Determined to get to the bottom of it, Joc took matters into his own hands. He hired a private investigator to dig into the suspicious transactions. What the investigator uncovered was beyond anything Joc had imagined. Cold, hard evidence confirmed the truth. Kendra had been siphoning money from Joc's accounts into her own. And the worst part? It was all caught on video. Seeing the footage was like a punch to the gut. There was Kendra, the woman he had loved and supported, transferring large sums of money without hesitation. The betrayal ran deep. Joc was furious, but not entirely surprised. He had always been cautious in love, but this was a different level of deception. There was no way he could keep this to himself. The world needed to know the truth. With the damning video in hand, Joc made a decision that would change everything. He was going public. The day of reckoning was here, and there was no turning back. But what he wasn't prepared for was the chaos that followed. As soon as the video hit the internet, the reaction was instant. Fans, family, and the entire industry were glued to their screens. The footage was undeniable. Kendra caught red-handed, taking the money without a second thought. Social media exploded. The world gasped. This wasn't a simple mistake. This was betrayal on a whole new level. For Kendra, reality crashed down in an instant. She had convinced herself that she was untouchable, that her relationship with Joc would shield her from consequences. But now, the truth was out, and there was nowhere to hide. Furious and humiliated, Kendra couldn't believe what Joc had done. The money, that was one thing. But exposing their private business to the public? That felt like the ultimate betrayal. How could he do this to her? Did their relationship mean nothing? Now, with the world watching, the battle lines were drawn. The fallout was just beginning, and neither Joc nor Kendra would ever be the same again.
This DM is in vanish mode. Talking about you fine.
How did you even see that? Did you go to my phone?
So I did. I can go to his page and see when he was in Atlanta and when he was hitting you.
You can never break me. Ever. I'm trying to get some money.
You.
No, you.
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 I'm done with you. You're dead to me. Divorce.
Get the paper. I'm gonna take the high road like I should have done.
Kendra didn't waste any time fighting back. She stormed into Joc's studio, her face red with rage, and her eyes burning with fury. She was furious, and the storm of emotions inside her was about to explode. "How dare you put me on blast like that?" she screamed as she entered the room, her voice loud and full of venom. "You think you can just play me like this?" Joc stood there, calm but resolute. He had already prepared himself for this moment. "Kendra, this was not what I wanted to do." The rage in Kendra's voice was evident. She was hurt, humiliated, and furious that Joc had turned their private matter into public entertainment. But Joc wasn't fazed. "However, you left me with no choice. You've been taking from me, and I can't just sit back and let you do that." Kendra's face twisted in disbelief. "You're acting like I robbed you, Joc. This is us. We've been together for how long?" Retraction was necessary since the consequences of her actions were too great to ignore. "You've been stealing from me for months," Joc said in a calm but forceful voice. "I had to tell you the truth because you wouldn't be honest with me. You stole money that wasn't yours. You lied to me. And now, everyone knows what you did." When Kendra's rage reached a breaking point, she strode over to him and pointed a finger in his face. "With every word you say, you're making it worse. After everything we've gone through together, you think that exposing me this way will make things right? So you're going to sit here and lecture me about honesty? You've made me look foolish, Joc." Her remarks were piercing, cutting through the air like daggers. This wasn't just about their relationship, it was about trust, respect, and betrayal. Joc wasn't going to allow her to control the situation. "You thought you could get away with it, thinking I wouldn't catch on," he said, his tone growing firmer. "But I did. And now, you have to own up to what you've done." To Kendra, this was a personal attack. She never saw it coming. Her pride was wounded, and her emotions were all over the place. Her eyes burned with anger and shock. She couldn't believe Joc was so cold, so eager to show the world her shortcomings. Yes, she had betrayed him, but this wasn't how she had expected things to unfold. She had hoped they could resolve their issues privately, avoiding the humiliation of public exposure. "You really think I wanted to hurt you, Joc? Do you think I just stole for fun?" Her voice wavered between anger and desperation. "I was trying to help you and us, but you turned everything against me and threw me to the wolves like this, after everything we've been through." Her hands were balled into fists as she paced back and forth. Joc was quiet for a moment. Then, in an unwavering tone, he said, "You took from us, Kendra, and now, you must deal with the consequences." He stared her down. The tension in the room was thick, and Kendra's sorrow outweighed even her anger. She had gone too far, but Joc had made sure she understood. The fallout was real, and her actions carried far-reaching consequences. The walls were closing in, but Kendra could still feel the fire of defiance within her, refusing to back down. Joc stood firm as the confrontation reached its peak. It was unclear whether their relationship would survive the damage, but one thing was certain: Kendra's betrayal had changed everything.
Told her nothing. What good do you feel will come out of that?
I got grown kids,
Okay.
so it's very important.
It's
And
not gonna
you know
happen.
that.
It's not gonna happen.
All right, cool.
Kendra, no, you got him. Okay, bitch, point.
You know,
You're gonna force me mean the bitch. I don't have to meet her. I won't do another thing. Call that immature.
all right.
Take care of that stupid ass yourself.
Okay.
Lucky I'm doing this much. That's the blessing.
The blessing is to be able to have understanding, forgiveness in your heart.
We
You
have
done that.
it. I have
understand
forgiven
that.
you. Otherwise, I would be
understand
on with my life happy as hell.
I didn't come here for this.
But I'm just letting
I'm
you
just
know.
telling you what the young lady said, all right?
Atlanta streets were buzzing with whispers as the latest scandal began to unfold. Joc, whose life was no stranger to drama, now found himself at the center of an explosive personal crisis, one he never saw coming. And none other than Yung Joc, the seasoned rapper and reality star with a reputation for keeping things cool, was ready to turn the heat up. This time, though, it wasn't just about the flashy lifestyle or rumors. Joc's world was about to be rocked by a betrayal of the deepest kind. While Joc had always been cautious with his money, a shocking discovery would prove that even the most calculated individuals can be blindsided. It started when Joc noticed some strange discrepancies in his financial accounts. At first, he chalked it up to a simple glitch, small sums here and there, untraceable and barely noticeable. But as the amounts began to pile up, it became clear that someone close to him was siphoning off money. The timing, the consistency, it was no coincidence. Suspicions grew, and Joc did what anyone in his position might do. He hired a private investigator. Within days, the truth began to unravel, and what the investigator uncovered was far worse than Joc could have imagined. The investigator's findings were disturbing, to say the least. The most damning evidence? Kendra, the woman Joc had trusted, the one he'd opened his life and finances to, was caught red-handed in the act. A video surfaced showing Kendra, who had full access to his accounts, transferring significant sums of money from Joc's account into her own. It was a betrayal of a magnitude that Joc had never anticipated, and the evidence was undeniable. Heartbroken but resolute, Joc knew what he had to do. There was no way he could let this go, no way to pretend it wasn't happening. With a heavy heart, he decided to take the video public, making the betrayal known to the world. Kendra would face the consequences, and the truth would no longer be hidden. The fallout was swift and explosive. As soon as Joc dropped the bombshell, the internet went into overdrive. Fans, friends, and family all scrambled to react, each with their own opinions and theories. What started as a personal betrayal quickly became a public spectacle, and the world was watching with bated breath. For Joc, the day of reckoning had come. There was no turning back now. And as the drama unfolded, one thing was clear. This was just the beginning. The storm had only started, and no one, not even Kendra, knew what was coming next. "Oh, honey, You won't believe the drama that went down between Mo and Kendra. Picture this, a fancy Atlanta mansion, the air thick with tension, and two ladies ready to throw down. If you thought these two were all smiles and handshakes, think again. The shade they threw, the secrets they exposed. Trust me, it's juicier than anything you've seen on reality TV. So grab that popcorn because we're about to dive deep into the mess that is Mo versus Kendra. This one's got everything: betrayal, stolen money, and oh yeah, an actual slap. Okay, so here's the scene. Imagine you're at this swanky mansion in Atlanta. The place is buzzing, and people are mingling, but all eyes are glued to Mo and Kendra, who are standing right in the middle of the room like they're about to have an old-school showdown. Everyone knows something's up. And just like that, Kendra hits Mo with, "You really thought I wouldn't find out?" She's practically shaking with rage.
Mo?
She's just standing there with this smug grin, totally unbothered. At this point, you could cut the tension with a knife. Everyone's watching, waiting to see what's going to happen next. Kendra's calling Mo out for playing her, and Mo's just soaking it all in. And it's not even close to over yet. Then Mo hits back, and the audacity. She laughs, straight up laughs, in Kendra's face. Play you? Girl, you don't even know the half of it. And that's when it all comes out. Mo basically tells Kendra that she was nothing but a pawn. Money? Please. Like it was ever really yours. You were just a pawn in my game. Can you believe that? The crowd gasps, and I mean, who wouldn't? Kendra's fuming. She fires back. A pawn? You think I'm just going to stand here and let you take what's mine? But Mo's got that ice-cold look, like she's saying, try me. And Kendra? She's not about to let this slide. I'm telling you, this is the kind of stuff that makes the best reality TV look tame. Right, so at this point, some friends are starting to get closer. You know how it is when you're watching your friends throw down, and you're just not sure if you should step in or just let them hash it out. Well, a couple of Kendra's friends try to play peacemakers, but it's already way too late for that. Just when you think it's all talk, Mo slaps Kendra. Yep, you heard that right. Mo just hauls off and slaps her right across the face. And honey, the entire room goes dead silent. And Kendra? Oh, she's not backing down. She stumbles back, sure. But then she squares up, looks Mo dead in the eyes, and says, "You just crossed a line." You could tell she was ready to throw hands. This wasn't just some petty argument anymore. This was personal. Let's back up for a sec and get into why things are so heated between these two. Kendra, bless her heart, has been dealing with a lot, especially with her man, Joc. You remember all that drama with him and that other chick, right? That whole saga with Meta? Kendra stood by him through all that mess, even though the trust was hanging on by a thread. She's been through the ringer, and now, to find out that Mo, someone she thought she could trust, might be snatching money out from under her? Oh, it's no wonder she's about to lose it. But Mo's got her own hustle going on. She's been in the game long before Kendra even knew who Joc was. This woman's been playing chess while everyone else was playing checkers. So, yeah, she's been biding her time, making her moves, and now it looks like she's finally showing her true colors. After that slap, Kendra's got two choices. Walk away and let Mo think she won, or stand her ground. And Kendra's no pushover. She's standing firm. She looked Mo in the face and basically said, "You think you can just walk in here and take what's mine? I've worked too hard, sacrificed too much." You could tell this was years of frustration coming out all at once. Mo's got this way of staying cool, like none of it even phases her. She just shrugs it off, the nerve, right? But Kendra's had enough, and you know what? I believe her. You can tell she's ready to take this to the mat now. This is where it gets interesting. The people watching this mess go down are totally split. You've got some folks telling Kendra to let it go, saying, "It's not worth it, girl." And then you've got others who are all about the drama, hyping her up, saying, "Don't let her get away with it." It's like everyone's got their popcorn out, ready to see how this ends. And online? Oh, you know people had to chime in. One fan went in saying, "Kendra, you knew what you were getting when you married Joc. She should have slapped some sense into you for even being in this drama. You are a lawyer out here acting like a fool all because you think someone is messing with your cheating man." Basically, some folks think Kendra's just digging her own grave and that maybe she should just let Mo do her thing and stay quiet. So there they are, locked in this intense standoff. Kendra's pouring her heart out, trying to get through to Mo, but it's clear Mo's not here to listen. But Kendra's not here for the gaslighting either. She tried her, while her voice shakes with anger. But Mo's shrugging it off like it's nothing. And that's when Kendra realizes, Mo's not just someone who messed up. Mo's playing a whole different game, and she's playing for keeps. So now we're left with all this fallout. Kendra's not backing down, Mo's got some serious explaining to do, and everyone else is just waiting to see what happens next. If this is where they left things, you know the next chapter is going to be even messier. But as for Kendra, she's ready to tell her side. She's not walking away from this. She's ready to expose Mo for everything she is, and I, for one, am here for it. There's no way Mo's getting out of this without some major damage control, y'all. Let's dive into what the people are saying, because the reactions have been wild. This drama's got people choosing sides faster than you can say reality TV, and trust me, they are not holding back. One person straight up called out Mo's audacity, saying, Mo is disrespectful. You do not tell someone's wife she can have their husband if she wants him. Like, for real? Mo is just out here acting like she owns the place, and fans are not here for it. That level of disrespect? Yeah, it's definitely not winning her any points. But then there's another comment that throws shade at Kendra, too. Someone said, I don't even know why Kendra married Joc. He has trouble written all over his face. I don't feel sorry for her at all, SMH.
Ouch.
I mean, some people really think Kendra should have seen this coming. They're out here saying she ignored all the red flags and jumped right in anyway. And maybe they have a point. Joc's history isn't exactly squeaky clean. Then there are those who are all about keeping things smart and strategic. One fan said, Kendra is smart. It's all on tape, so just take her to court. I would not talk to her. Leave it in the streets, Joe. Do what you want with that trash too. Basically, they're like, girl, don't waste your breath, just lawyer up and hit her where it hurts, in court. And honestly, that might just be the best advice yet. Another comment digs right into Joc's role in all this mess, saying, if Joc was messing around, then we see why Kendra is annoying, always yelling and talking.
Oof.
This one's got layers. They're basically saying Kendra's attitude is justified. If Joc's out here playing games, then no wonder she's always popping off. And hey, can we blame her? Finally, one user